All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me for another Spin That Shit podcast. Great guest today. We got a lot to talk about. There's an awesome music festival coming right around the corner. Birds Creek Music Festival, July 7th through the 10th. 4 days of music. So yeah, we're going to talk about that whole deal and how this festival even started because I fell in love with it last year. The man behind the scenes, the owner of the property, Jason's going to be with us. Oakland Farms down in Crossville, Tennessee. So great place, great location, wonderful festival. Can't say enough. And this year's lineup is killer. But like I said, July 7th is the beginning of it. So you're running out of time. Get those tickets. There's camping available. We're going to dive into all that and ask Jason a bunch of questions. But I do want to say thanks to everyone for subscribing, liking, sharing, all that good stuff. The channel's growing. Yeah, we've had over 50 artists on here now, 50 guests talking about music. Pretty soon I'm going to be working on a Mixcloud radio station, I guess you could say, a little radio station, so we can play some of this music that we're always talking about legally without getting hit with copyright laws all the time. So you can just stream it, listen, be a little radio show for you. Because, my taste of music might be a little different than mainstream public radio that you would hear in the car, that's for sure. So we'll get to that later. Let's go talk to Jason. All right, Jason. First of all, I do want to say thanks for joining me. We're getting close to that time. It's festival season, and Birch Creek Music Fest is right around the corner. We got a few weeks. Can you tell me how you got this all started and what made you want to start throwing these? This is private property, right? This is your place?
Yeah, so this is our family farm. My father bought the first pieces back in the late 70s, and I've added to it since then. Me and my high school buddies used to get together, and we'd come out here and drink and, play around in the lake, go down the creek. Loved bluegrass and folk music. Used to go to a lot of little festivals around this area. And then we started having music here once a year around the 4th of July when everybody was in town visiting family, and decided to cook a pig in the ground. Had never tried that before. So that was in probably like 98, 99 that we did that the first time. And kind of just word of mouth, we had friends that showed up and other people's family members that showed up, and it just grew from there. It was always just a private event until 2017 when we had the solar eclipse, and we decided to do a public event during that time.
Okay. Yeah, I think the first year I found out about it is when you had Willie Watson. I don't know what year that was. I didn't make it.
Was I think that was the year after. It may have been the year after the eclipse.
Was it?
I think so. I think we had him that summer for the usual time frame of the festival, and then we did a late festival that year in 2018. We did a November festival just to keep some music going. We'd gotten a little behind with planning, and so we did it in November. It was cold as hell though. Everybody froze, but we had Larry Sparks that year. It was awesome.
Oh, really? That's great. Yeah. I'm real close to the Bill Monroe campground here in Indiana, so I've seen Larry Sparks down there at the Bluegrass Festival a handful of times. Yeah, that's great. He's a good one to have.
Yeah, he was really good.
So this year's lineup, are you reaching out to these folks, or are they contacting you to play your event? Or
it's a little bit of both. I mean, as far as the big names, it's me reaching out to them and getting that conversation started, letting them know what we do here. We've been really well received by all the artists and the managers and agents and booking companies. I think they see what we're trying to do with this smaller, more intimate setting, and they're eager to get on board and join us out here.
Yeah. Last year was my first year attending, and I had a blast. These type of events are way more intimate. I mean, you can't go to those festivals that have, 100,000 people there, it seems like, and really experience the music. I mean, everyone's having a good time. I'm sure they're there to party down, that sort of thing. But at the end of the day, I'm there for the music, and
Yeah.
it's a great
Yeah, I
way to
agree.
get it. So there's 2 stages, same as last year.
Well, so last year we used the dogwood stage, which is behind the timber frame barn, and we used the main stage. I think this year we may do the timber frame barn as a stage, simply because we've got a little more honky tonk and Western swing music this time around. And so I feel like that Saturday would be beneficial to us to have the barn, have it in use, and have that concrete floor, in case anybody wants to do a little dancing, a little two-stepping, and
Yeah.
plus with it being full shade in there now, the weather. So we've been getting real hot temperatures for June, 90s last week, 90s this week, and so I think that shade is going to really help us in that venue.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And if things get bad as far as weather is rain, I mean that worked out last year. Sierra was supposed to go on and a handful of others, and it just absolutely poured.
Yeah.
And the people that hung around really got a show.
Yeah,
So,
we got hammered with that little pop up, and David Howard that does our sound, Lone Mountain Sound, he did a hell of a job. I mean, we helped him move everything down there, but I mean, we set that sound up in about 25 minutes. Didn't have any type of sound check, just rolled with it, and yeah, everybody got a hell of a show.
yeah, you got to make it work somehow. Yeah, it was. So there's camping allowed too for people that are listening.
Yep.
And it's primitive style, and it's a beautiful area. I stayed under a shade tree last year in a tent, and got a nice view. You can hear the music. There's water on the property, nice little pond. Then you have the creek area. I noticed you're doing some camping down that way. Is it down that way? I know there's creekside camping.
So we're offering some sites down there, and it's going to be where you drive in at another access point. We've got 2 venues here. We've got the Grand Oak Barn, which is the timber frame, which is right here next to the main stage, and we've got another venue on the other side of the property called Jake's Barn, and there's access over there to go down. You can drive down, set up camp, and then you can drive out if you don't want to walk out to come to the actual music venue. And then we'll also be doing a few shuttles with our little side-by-sides and, taking people to and from their camps. They want to do that free camping down there.
That'd be nice. How far would you say that is?
If you were walking out, probably the trail straight from the tent camping area to here, probably going to be 3/4 of a mile, maybe.
Okay, so it's not that bad at all then.
Yeah, man. It's hilly, so I mean, 15, 20 minutes probably walking up.
Okay, cool. And it's we have vendor food on site as well.
Yeah, we're gonna have we got several food trucks lined up. The one that everybody's the most excited about, we got a guy out of Cookville that has an old school bus that's called the Pizza Machine, and he's going to be here. He's a great guy, and I met him down at Red Silo Brewing in Cookville last year. Tried to get him to come up, but the schedule didn't work. But this year he's on board, and he's going to be here and makes a great pizza and just a real unique food vendor. And everybody's gonna love it.
Yeah, that's great. I'm interested in. You should do the whole hog underground again. That sounds fun.
Well, and me and my buddies talked about it last year. We didn't have enough time to get it together. We've been kicking it around this year. Maybe we want to, try to do that, or at least do one on the spit down there. Just depends on how much time we have that week, whether we get that going or not.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Get that good smell in the air.
Yeah.
You did quite a bit of cooking last year. I noticed you turned the grill on and cooked for everyone that got out of the rain. Then I guess on Thursday, do you cook for people on Thursday? Is that something you normally do?
Yeah, I always cook on that VIP or Friends of the Farm night. We always do a big shrimp boil, and I cook that for everybody. And then after the rain on, and I mean, they got the heck out of here. And when we moved the sound, and it worked out that we were going to continue the music, called up some buddies of mine that weren't here, and I was like, hey, can you go round up some brats and some hot dogs and buns, because we're going to have to feed these guys, or I'm going to have 100 drunks here with no food. So we had to get something in their stomachs other than beer.
Yeah. Like I said, I really had a great time, and I feel it was more than just a festival. It was more like very welcoming. Everyone was friendly. No one I saw caused any real problems or anything. And you felt at home when you go to a show like this. So
that's awesome. That's what we want. Yeah.
Yeah. It was definitely my favorite festival or show I went to last year. So I wouldn't expect it to be any less this year. I did see some posts. Are you adding on to the main stage, or doing like a side viewing area or something? I saw some deck work.
Yeah. So we raised the stage up this year, which was an undertaking. We had to take all the antiques off the porch behind me. Completely took the porch off that wraps around this end of the house. Raised it up about 2 feet, and the stage size is basically the same. It's about a foot or 18 inches taller. And then we do have a Friends of the Farm viewing deck that we've built off to my right here. And you're going to be, if you get that Friends of the Farm ticket, you're going to be on the same level as the main stage, and literally about 10 feet away from the action.
Oh man. So that what you had before in that little pinned off area with the seating, is that still there, or is that what the new VIP is?
This will take place of that. There will be a small VIP section out there in the main lawn, just for those VIP ticket holders. But this new deck that is off to the right is just for those Friends of the Farm ticket holders.
Okay. Yeah, it looks nice from what I could see in pictures.
Yeah, we're actually going to be finishing it up on Saturday, and then should have some pictures out there that shows all the finished product for everybody. So
okay.
It's going to be a neat addition, I think. I don't know of a venue where you could get that close as far as seating goes, unless you're in some type of a little small town theater or something like that. Downtown Knoxville's got the Tennessee Theater and Bijou, and you can get really close, but you're still looking up instead of actually at the same level as the artists that are performing.
Yeah. Since you're on the stage there, what can you fill me in on? That was one of the things I noticed when I showed up the first time, how the backdrop of the stage, you have all these collector antique type stuff. It's just, you're just a collector, farm equipment, or what's the backstory?
Yeah, so my parents collected antiques, and I grew up with antiques in our house, and of course that lit the fire under me, and so I've always been yard selling and antiquing and flea market, and mostly farm primitives, gas and oil. My family had a general store that was started in 1916, and so I grew up in that business, and so anything general store related, farm, primitive, all that stuff I like. So that's everything you see on the main stage, and the inside of the house is just the same. I mean, it's pretty packed up with collectibles.
Now that's your actual house, right?
Yeah. Right behind me is the farmhouse. That's where we live.
Okay, cool.
And that's what we turned in. So the kitchen, dining, living, and the family room, that's what we turned into the artist green room for the festival.
Yeah, that's great. It seemed to work well last year. People could come and go in and out and set up easily, and it was pretty smooth. So the lineup this year, as you were announcing those gradually, it just kept getting better and better. I mean, it's a killer show, and 4 days of music. I mean, you're bringing a lot to the table. Who are you most excited to see? Or have you seen most of? I mean, I know you've seen most of them.
Yeah, I've seen a good part of them. Of course, I'm excited to see Dale here. I've seen him several different places, since I was early 20s. And, just it worked out great that he was able to join us. And so I'm excited for that. Excited for Town Mountain's set on Friday. They're doing 2 1-hour sets. They're taking a break in between those sets. And between those sets, Logan Halstead will take the stage and we'll be up here. So it's going to, that 3-hour section there is going to be pretty good. I feel like.
Yeah. I saw that Town Mountain was doing 2 sets. I was wondering how that was going to work. They're one on the list that's up there for me I have not seen them, surprisingly. The few times that they've came to town, I was out of town. So so finally gonna make that happen. I just saw Logan last week, and man, he's got a bright future ahead of him. He's a great rider, powerful voice. So I'm glad he was on the lineup for sure.
Yeah, he came out and joined us for our fall series. We did about 4 shows or 5 shows in the fall, and he was one of those shows down in the timber frame barn. And and we were just all blown away. It was he's amazing.
Yeah. I've seen Dale. That's great. Lost Dogs seen several times. I'm glad you're having them back. Huge fans. Who else is on there? Nick Shoulders, Bella White. Really looking forward to Local Honeys. It's been a while since I've seen them together in my neck of the woods.
Yeah, I think that'll be maybe their 4th or 5th time here at the farm.
Yeah.
For different shows and festivals. Nick Shoulders I've never seen, so I'm excited, that he was able to join us. And that Sunday, every day when people ask me which day they need to come, a lot of people can't come for the whole festival. They're like, well, we want day passes, which they're getting ready to go online this week. And they want to know which day to come. Like, what's the best day? When should I come? If I start talking about Friday, I get excited. Well, then I start talking about Saturday and I get excited. And then I start talking about Sunday. And so every day to me, I mean, I wouldn't want to pick one day. If I couldn't come for all 3, it'd be hard to pick one.
Yeah. I forget how long my drive is. I don't know. I want to say 6 hours, maybe. No, 5, somewhere in there. But I'm staying the whole time, and I'm taking off work on Monday just so I can get back home because I don't want to miss anything. And let's see who else is on there. Tillers. I haven't seen the Tillers in a while. They're always fun. Summer Dean, really looking forward to her set. I mean, the list goes on. Everybody's good.
We went to Austin and we got to see her at a little place out there during Luck Reunion, and she was awesome. That's the first time I'd seen her. But did a great job down there, and she's excited to come here. She's looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's going to be great. Anything else crazy going on there on the grounds? Just anything different from last year, or did we kind of cover that?
I mean, everything, the layout, everything's pretty much the same. There will be a little bit of different, probably some additional VIP camping spots. We're probably going to enlarge that area a little bit because it got crowded last year. We have another camping option that's opened up locally. He's not open this year for the festival, but he does have a bathhouse and has showers available. That's a little eco campground that's near us, and we have a connecting trail that goes to that. So
that's nice.
We'll have some signage up during that, and we'll be posting a link So you can contact Damon down there at Birch Creek Campground and get with him if you want to, do that little walk and check his place out. Because he'll definitely be booking stuff for next year. He's just not up and running at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, it's good to know. Last year I just brought bar of soap and shampoo and went down to the creek. I will say that to the people that get concerned about going to festivals and stuff, and this time of year it gets hot, and I don't want that to deter anyone to coming, because like you said, you're going to have a stage that is in the shade. There's that option. Anytime I got hot, I went to the creek and cooled off. It's not that far of a walk if you just need to cool down, and there's people swimming, then you go back up, see the music. So everything worked out well in that aspect. So I don't want that to anyone listening to keep you from going to this sort of thing. So.
Right. Yeah, it's been hotter than normal, and we didn't have to do this last year, but 2 years ago we had some misting hoses set up under a couple of oak trees here near the stage.
Oh yeah.
And so we'll probably have something like that on hand. Just, we're going to watch the weather, and if it's going to be hotter than normal, like it's been the last couple of weeks, we'll definitely have some cooling areas for people. And, we like to take care of everybody, make them comfortable. So we'll take good care if you come out. Absolutely.
That's great. Anything else I'm missing before we sign off on this?
No, I mean, that covers it. I think it's a great location. We're only an hour and a half from Nashville, Chattanooga, 45 minutes from Knoxville. I-40 is only about 3 miles from us right here. If you don't want to camp, there's plenty of hotels at the Peavine exit off of 40. There's 5 hotels there. As far as groceries and things like that, we've got 4 miles in either direction. We've got Dollar General markets, so you can get snacks and drinks and any camping supplies that you need. So we're pretty centrally located here as far as ease of access and not a lot of traffic to deal with. So
yeah, I found it easy to navigate last year. So, and the ride that I take is really beautiful, especially once I hit Kentucky from Indiana and start cutting through, getting off the interstate. It's a beautiful drive through that part of the country. So, but yeah, I really appreciate it, Jason, and extending the hand and setting me up out there to come out, and I'm looking forward to it big time. I'll post all the links for everyone below. If you need a ticket, that's where you're gonna grab it, share, tell your friends, all that good stuff. And basically we'll just see you soon.
yeah, a couple weeks almost.
Yeah. All righty. Well, I'll let you get back to it. I'm gonna go fire up the grill now that we were talking about cooking.
All right, I hear you.
All right,
Thanks
Jason.
a lot.
Take care.
Yep.
Bye.
See you.